off topic and screaming, literally.
Oh, I have not.
Screaming and her voice cracking about how she's tired of these Trump supporters. The one, I wish I had the soundbite, but the other day.
Yeah, that would have been good for.
Yeah, the other day, some guy, she was giving her normal speech, and some guy yelled, Bill Clinton is a rapist. And then she's, I'm tired of these Trump supporters. The Trump supporters are mean. They're nasty women.
They keep reminding everybody about my husband raping people.
Yeah. You know Juanita Broderick, right? You know the story. And that there's actually very strong evidence that he did rape her, right? And you know Hillary Clinton has never come out and even answered the question. Well, she hasn't been asked the question, but, I mean, it's out there, right?
Are you saying that Bill Clinton raped somebody?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying there is strong evidence
to suggest
that maybe there should be an investigation. It's too late now, of course, because that was, I don't know, a lot of years ago. I'm bad at math, but...
More than 5 years ago.
Yes.
All right.
You don't go to WikiLeaks, do you? Did we talk about this last week?
Because I never go to WikiLeaks.
It's illegal.
Yeah.
But that was way old news, so
yeah, it's
not.
All right. What I wanted to talk about was the Standing Rock Reservation.
Yeah. What about it?
And I had a comment on our prep sheet here, and you were like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I
don't know what you're talking about.
So I'm going to talk about two things. One is about a week ago you had all of this well, not all, but a lot of these pseudo websites that claim to be, media and news people and stuff, and it's usually just, clickbait and all that stuff. But they're saying thousands of buffalo flooded into the Standing Rock protest area as a sign because the Native Americans think so much of these buffalo, and it's a sign and stuff. And look at the footage. And I looked at the footage, and there was like 26 of them.
Well, that's impressive. I've never had 26 buffalo come towards me.
I can drive 3 hours north of here and go to one of the largest buffalo herds at Olson's Farms in Traverse City and see 300 buffalo out in their pastures, and 23 or 26 buffalo running through a field that looked like they were released from somebody's captive herd to make a ploy that this somehow is a message from the Holy Spirits and the great bison that this was a righteous protest, right? They were supported by
I'm pretty sure it's your white privilege that's getting in your way from really understanding.
Well, when you say thousands and then you look and you go, okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 26 buffalo.
Well, yeah.
All right, so
26 buffalo, there were approximately 976 or 74 buffalo spirits.
Oh, maybe that were unseen.
Yeah.
By the modern technology of
by white
video
people.
Cameras.
The white privilege, you can't see the buffalo spirits.
So maybe Native Americans viewing that video saw thousands of buffalo?
I can't speak for them.
And then, just a couple days ago, I see this, oh my goodness, this golden eagle flew through the sky and landed by the people, and the golden eagle is such a spirit guide for the natives and all this stuff. And there's this picture of this golden eagle next to the guy who's got everything on him that suggests he's a falconer. And that this was his...
It was weird that he was wearing the pad thing.
He did, and he had the little bait around his neck that they whip around. And the fact that he could sound like an eagle when he was whistling and calling. That this golden eagle,
and he was carrying a cage in his other arm,
and there was a band around the eagle's neck. But other than that, it was
the guy's name and phone number on it,
symbol of it.
Yeah,
and that's what it was. It was this guy's pet, but they were this is a sign from the Native American spirit land and the Milky Way that. I talked to a Native American in 1975 outside of a bar in Traverse City.
Well, good for you.
On Grand Traverse Bay. And it was just a beautiful, clear night. And you could see the Milky Way. It was just wonderful. And this native came out and said, "Those are all my ancestors." Like, what do you mean? Well, those are all the spirits of my ancestors. And I said, well, those are stars and, suns and all kinds of stuff. Oh, those are my... Anyways. I have no other story other than that, but...
Okay, good.
All right, so
speaking of this whole DAPL thing, right?
Yeah.
The Dakota Access Pipeline or whatever it is.
And Facebook?
What about Facebook?
Checking in?
Oh, yeah. Come on, don't do that, please.
Okay, all right.
Don't check in that you're at Standing Rock. I think that's kind of past, like, we're done with that now,
Yeah.
but earlier this week and last week, people were checking in because apparently the police were using Facebook check-ins to track who was at the protest.
Right.
And if you check in and you're not there, you'll confuse them, and that somehow helps.
That helps the
with
cause.
the protest. So, two things to say about that.
Well, I think the cops are they're not dumb. Cops aren't dumb. When they figured there were 6 million people that were at the protest...
Yeah,
they kind of figured, well, wait a minute, we got to look at this again.
Well, first of all, I don't think they were using Facebook to figure out who was at the protest. I think they were probably using binoculars.
Yeah, and photographs and good old-fashioned police work.
The other thing is, and I don't want to offend people, but
you will.
Most of the people that I saw checking in, they don't know what the hell's going on. It's cool.
They're like
right?
liberals, right?
A lot. Well,
get on the bandwagon.
Pretty much they're all liberals that are doing this, right? Because
I had a few Facebook friends that weren't.
This is all false outrage.
False outrage?
I said that for you because you don't know what words mean.
Well, you and I had a discussion about that.
We did. And,
what the hell is false outrage? But
fake.
Well,
made
outrage
up
is
for
outrage.
Show.
Fake is subjective.
Yeah, of course. Right. So anyway, my point
I'm
is...
a little outraged at you right now.
Eminent domain, what I'm going to say, eminent domain is almost always a bad thing.
Oh, yeah. Government taking private property.
This pipeline has gotten a lot of approvals. It's on private property. It's not running through the reservation. It's going around it.
It's going over the river, though. Or under the river.
Like every other pipeline in the universe.
Well, Obama came out, yesterday?
And said, we're going to let this go on for weeks and weeks so we can really make the right decision.
Well, he said he wanted the Corps of Engineers to look into an alternate route or something.
He said, and said he's going to push it out weeks and weeks so they can make the right decision. Okay? What I'm saying, pipelines are...
After the election.
Pipelines have been proven to be one of the safest ways to move oil. Way safer than putting it on a train and driving it down the river or a boat. Maybe they should just put it on boats and go up the river back and forth. Then there's no pipeline. Would that make people happy? So because
I think they do.
What I'm saying is the original was like they're running through the sacred burial ground. That's absolutely false.
Yeah, that's not quite
absolutely false. And that's what made everybody angry. And now they're like, well, maybe not that, but we're worried that it's going to contaminate our water. There are pipelines all over the place. In fact, this pipeline is slated to run right along the path of where there's an existing pipeline.
And it's higher tech, right? I mean, they've got more technology and they can learn from their mistakes.
Yep.
But still, it's kind of cool. You got indigenous people fighting the big government.
I get that. I get that, but I think they have.
So it's a Goliath and David and Goliath thing.
Yeah, I get that, and they may have some legitimate reasons to fight the government. I don't think. I don't think this is one of them.
Okay.
Well, no, I don't know. Don't give me the whole we stole their land thing, right? Because that was not.
Columbus was bad.
There's nobody that's fighting the government today that had their land stolen from them. Okay, I understand it's upsetting, whatever, but like you said, every civilization has been conquered, has conquered or been conquered,
right? Throughout history, that is.
I'm sorry,
the nature of.
But I didn't do it. You didn't do it, right?
Humankind.
And the people that choose to live on a reservation, they weren't around and had their.
Right.
Direct land stolen.
They weren't directly harmed.
Right. And now they have choices.
Right. And they get a lot of federal aid.
They do. They get casinos. I don't get a casino. All right, we have 5 seconds.
And they can dress up like Native Americans at Halloween.
And that's allowed.
And
that would be allowed. It would. Man, that's not fair.
I know it.
Indian privilege. Damn it.
So Facebook.com
/ at outshow.
My Parents Open Carry.
MyParentsOpenCarry.com. See you next week.
All right.
Wait, not next week. 2 weeks.
No. Yeah.
Okay. Bye
We're
bye.
going up deer hunting. Bye.